Hey guys, welcome to Soar From Home with me, Lindsay. If you're new here, we are Project Soar, a community education programming for adults with special needs and disabilities. So today is really fun. Do you guys realize in the next 5 days, we actually have 4 days of celebration going on? That is so crazy. I think everyone knows Sunday is Valentine's Day, February 14th, but we have so much more. Today, Friday, February 12th, is Chinese New Year's. Then again, Sunday, February 14th is going to be Valentine's Day. Monday, February 15th is going to be President's Day. And Tuesday, February 16th is Mardi Gras. So in celebration of all of these fun events, I decided to look up some history and facts about all of these different fun celebrations for us to embrace and learn a little bit more. I definitely learned a lot, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna go in order of the different things or the different days. So today, Friday, February 12th, is Chinese New Year. So Chinese New Year's is celebrated all over the world, and each year they have a zodiac symbol. So there's 12 zodiac symbols, and they're all of animals. This year, 2021, is going to be the year of the ox. Now, what that means is that if you're born this year, that's just your zodiac symbol, so it's kind of attached to you. If you know what like Cancer, Taurus, all that kind of stuff, it's different than that, but it's kind of similar. It goes along with your birth year versus your birth month. All right, so for Chinese New Year's, it doesn't have a set date, so it's not always February 12th. It depends on the lunar calendar. Now, lunar refers to the moon, and you guys know that when you look at the moon and it goes in different phases, like sometimes it's like really small and like a crescent shape, and then it goes to full before it goes back to being really small again. So those are called the different phases of the moon, and so they use that lunar calendar that talking about the phases of the moon to figure out the date of Chinese New Year's every year. But it is in January or February every year. Now, Chinese New Year's, it's also called the Spring Festival, and it actually is celebrated to mark the end of the coldest days of the year and to mark the beginning and welcoming of spring and what life and new life that spring is going to bring. Hopefully that's true. Who else is cold? If you're here in Minnesota with us, yeah, I'm done with the cold. It was too cold this morning on my drive to work. Whew. So hopefully that's true for us. Maybe we'll stop having the coldest days ever and it'll start getting warmer in spring, right? All right, so a couple more things. Red is the color of Chinese New Year's. It has a lot of different significance. You'll see red lanterns and red dragons and all of that stuff in the decoration, but red symbolizes to scare the monsters away. So to scare that bad monster away, they decorate with red. And actually, Chinese New Year's, today is the start of Chinese New Year's, but it actually goes on for 16 days, and in 16 days, they're gonna have the Lantern Festival, and that will signify the end of Chinese New Year's. So it's over 2 weeks of celebration. I thought all of these were really fun. Now, if you were born the year of ox, which I'm gonna tell you the years, that just means this is your year. You can look it up online. They have lots of different fun meanings. I was born the year of snake, but there's all sorts of different things. Last year was the year of the rat. And it was kind of interesting to read because I felt like mine really was very similar to my personality. It talked about my personality and what I would do in life. It was really fun. So if you were born in 1949, 1961, 1973, 1985, or 1997, those are all years of the ox. There's also 2009 in that. So, but I know that we are adults, so I know 2009 doesn't hit the adult yet, but all of those years, you were born the year of the ox, so kind of fun. That is kind of Chinese New Year's. There's lots more, but I thought those are some fun facts to give you a little background and some fun things to do on this. So next up, Sunday is Valentine's Day. Now, you guys know it's the day of love, right? And it's very, very much celebrated as a day of like love and loving your partner, you know. But it's very important to know the history, because I think some people think, oh, Valentine's Day is just this holiday that the store is made up, but it actually has a really cool, fascinating history that stems a long, long time ago. So the first origin of Valentine's Day was in Rome, and Emperor Claudius II of Rome had decided to make it illegal for young soldiers to marry. He thought that if young soldiers got married, it would be a distraction and he wouldn't have like his tip-top shape soldiers. And Saint Valentine, a priest, he decided to illegally go and marry young couples in the name of love, because he didn't think that was right to keep people who were in love to not marry. So then that kind of started the tradition of why it's called Valentine's Day. Now in the 1300s, so even before, 1300s was so long ago, in the 1300s, on February 14th, it was declared St. Valentine's Day. So it was given that name and that date. Now, jump ahead 200 years, in the 1500s, it became associated, so it wasn't necessarily, that day wasn't necessarily all about love and romance. It was more about celebrating St. Valentine and what work he did. But then it became, in the 1500s, associated with love and romance, because it was common belief that in France and England, they believed that February 14th was actually the beginning of the birds' mating season. So when the birds found their love, so it kind of, there was that symbol of birds and love, and that's when they had combined it and made St. Valentine's Day about love and romance. Now, going back to a couple of those Valentine's Day symbols. Now, you guys have heard of Cupid, and I never knew the history of Cupid, so I thought this was kind of interesting. Cupid is actually a representation of Eros, who is a Greek god, and his power is the power of love. So they somebody had made the symbol of a young boy with a bow and an arrow to signify Euros's power and how he can use his power to match people and help them find love. So that is the symbolism of Cupid. So that's why we kind of say Cupid throws his arrow and he makes people fall in love. Because it's symbolizing that yours is so powerful, it would just take an arrow and they would just fall in love. Okay, now we'll jump ahead to the 1700s. And we're going to talk about the history of giving flowers on Valentine's Day. Now, in the 1700s, King Charles of Sweden, he had learned all about the language of flowers and what each different flower symbolizes. So I think some of us have heard that yellow symbolizes friendship and red symbolizes love. So King Charles of Sweden had learned that red roses symbolized deep love, and he wanted to give those. So then at that time in the 1700s, it became a custom to give red roses to your love on Valentine's Day. Now, we're going to go ahead to 1840, so we're getting newer and newer. And I think this shocked me the most because it's so not that long ago. It was so long ago, but I thought it would be like in the 1900s. In 1840 is when Valentine's cards started becoming mass produced in the US. So that's when you could go and buy a Valentine's Day card for somebody. So that's actually been going on for a long, long time. Before that, people would make individual cards. And I think a lot of us do still make some fun individual cards. They're really fun to make, but that's when they started. So 1840, and it was a woman named Esther A. Howland who was considered the mother of Valentine's Day cards. So that's a really fun, and that was here in the US. All right, and now in other parts of the world, they actually celebrate Valentine's Day a little bit different. So I'm gonna share a couple of those with you. In Latin American countries, so like South America, in Central America. The holiday is actually more focused on sharing gratitude for your friends. So being thankful for your friends and showing how much you love their friendship and how important their friendship is to you. I think that's really important. I really encourage that. Even though I'm married and all that stuff, I've always seen Valentine's Day as a day to show my love for everyone around me and how grateful I am for them in my life. And so I really appreciate that the Latin American cultures, that is how they celebrate, focusing on your friends. In Japan, they do something different. So on February 14th, it's actually customary for the women to give men chocolate on February 14th. And depending on the quality of chocolate, so if it's like more expensive, more extravagant chocolate, that shows a deeper love from the woman to the man. And don't think that it's out for the ladies, because on March 14th, 1 month later, that's when the men have their chance to return. So they will give chocolates to the women on March 14th, a month later. And it's the same exchange. So you show how good of chocolate you get for them. It shows the love that you have for them. So it's some different fun things from around the world that they are still celebrating with us, but in their own unique ways. All right, moving on to President's Day. That's gonna be Monday, February 15th. And just a few things. So President's Day, you might have heard, it started out as a celebration of George Washington's birthday, which is actually February 22nd. And in the 2000s, it was decided that President's Day would be the third Monday in February, and it would honor all presidents. Now, kind of an interesting fact, there's 4 presidents who have birthdays in February, and by picking the third Monday of February, it has never fallen on any of those 4 presidents' birthdays. So either their birthdays are too early or too late to coincide with that date. Well, that was kind of interesting. Now, President's Day was officially declared a national holiday in 1885. It did still just honor George Washington. It wasn't till the 2000s that it got changed to all of the presidents. So that's kind of just like a fun history. Some states do celebrate it they still celebrate certain presidents or certain people throughout American history, like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson is their main focus or whatnot. So you can look up if your state has one of those. Now, last but not least is Mardi Gras. And I have to say, I didn't know a lot about Mardi Gras other than like the masks and the colors and beads. So it was kind of fun to learn about Mardi Gras and why did that start? So Tuesday, February 17th is going to be Mardi Gras. Now, Mardi Gras is also called Fat Tuesday. Now, it's called this because the Wednesday after is known as Ash Wednesday. Now, if you don't celebrate a religion that participates in Ash Wednesday is 40 days before Easter, and it signifies the beginning of Lent. And in Lent, you give up fatty foods and drinks, and you give it up for those 40 days leading up to Easter. So Fat Tuesday is the day where you can feast on all those fatty foods and sweet drinks and have a last hurrah before you go in for Ash Wednesday, and you give that up until Easter. And it also signifies the end of Carnival season, which starts at the end or the beginning of January. And it also is celebrated in other areas, not just the US, not in just New Orleans. New Orleans just is the biggest party, I think, of all. There are 3 colors associated with Mardi Gras that you'll see. They're green, gold, and purple. Now, each of those colors actually has a purpose. Purple means justice, gold means power, and green means faith. So those are the 3 colors that are used in all the Mardi Gras decorations and excitement. And in New Orleans, they have over 70 parades on Mardi Gras and throughout Carnival season. And the first Mardi Gras parade was actually in 1837 in New Orleans. That's when it started. So kind of a fun history. It's been around for a really long time. Now, masks are something you'll see very commonly in Mardi Gras pictures and things. If you actually ride a float in the parade, it is illegal to not wear a mask. Now, it didn't start as a way to just be in the parade. It actually started as a way to When you wear a mask on Mardi Gras, it shows that everyone is becoming equal. It's getting rid of classes and friends so that everyone just comes together and celebrates together, and their mask is hiding their identity. So it's giving you kind of that freedom of being whoever you want for that day and socializing with other people. Then the last thing I want to talk about is a really fun dessert, which you could do at home. You could do a fun make on this. Is called a king cake. Now, king cake it's a big circle, and somewhere inside the king's cake, there's hidden a little plastic baby. Now, when you cut the cake and people start eating it, they want the plastic baby to be in their piece, because whoever gets the plastic baby that was in the king's cake, it said that they have good luck for the whole year. So that's kind of a fun way to celebrate, because you want good luck. So you could bake something that is healthy into a cake, and you go and have a king cake at your house too. All right, so 4 days to celebrate, so many. And I hope you guys will have fun with any and all of these holidays you choose to celebrate. Have a great weekend. I will be back on Wednesday with another video after all these celebrations are over. Stay warm, Minnesota. Bye.